Good people over at Rockpool Publishing have sent us this fun deck. I just did the other one. There was two of these that got sent to me. This one is called What Would Britney Do? So I did a review for this one. Check that review out if you're a Britney Spears fan. And this one is for our Keanu Reeves fans, which I am one. I really enjoyed Constantine, really enjoyed The Matrix. Who didn't? Everything I've seen Keanu in, Keanu delivers. I've also heard that Keanu is a good person. I can't confirm that or deny it, but I heard it. So when I saw this deck, I was like, I want to show this to my audience because for those of us who want an easy deck to use, or for those of us who have a affirmity to this particular actor, I thought this would be a great idea. Great idea, especially for collectors. This is a great collector's item. Yeah, that's where I love him. Yeah. And I think he did, what was it called? John Wick or something like that. I didn't see it, but out of the ones I've seen him in, I was hooked. So today I'm going to show you this deck. It's called What Would Keanu Do? My name is QueenAusetHeru, and thank you for joining us for the wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. Also, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and pass it on to anyone and everyone who might like it too. Please drop us a positive comment in your comment section in the comment section. And if you want to get a reading done with this deck or any other one, please email me or hit me up on social media. My information will be underneath this video, and on top of my information will be the link to where you can purchase a legitimate copy of this deck from Rockpool Publishing. Thank you, Rockpool, for sending over this deck for the purposes of doing an honest review. And right now, that's what we're going to do. Let's get started. So the first thing I love is both of these decks came in an awesome box. Love the sound of that box. Perfect. We're going to open this sucker up. This box I love simply because of the fact, simply because of the fact that this box is not going to break up on you. It's not going to rip on you. That box will probably survive quite a few tragedies that the world may experience. It's great stock, and that's one of my biggest things. That the average person, when they do a deck, uses a tuck box. The tuck box is the industry standard, and there's nothing wrong with it, but I have the kind of hands that I always end up ripping it and having to tape it, and it's just a whole moment. So these boxes, these hard boxes, are the ones who have my heart. So let me show you what we have going on here. The card is not that big, see? The deck is not that big. It's not that many cards in this deck. Let me show it to you from the side. See? Not a big deck. Not a lot of cards. Glossy. A bit glossy on the front. And the advice is on the back. Okay? So here's our advice. And I like just being able to put them in this and just slide it around. So you get a key word for each one, as you can see. And these are pretty simplistic because there is no guidebook. So you have a keyword on the front with one of his iconic looks. And then you slide it around and see what advice Keanu has for you. So regardless of who you are, what kind of day you're having, if you're a reader, if you're not a reader, if you're a professional, if you're not a professional, if you want to do this with a journal, if you just want to have a key, concept to meditate on throughout the day, if you want to use it for your altar work or with a tarot reading, and you can do spreads with this. So let's see what Keanu's advice is. First, it tells us which movie this is. The movie is called Much Ado About Nothing. I read that play when I was in high school, but I can't remember it. It was released in 1993. This might also encourage me, and maybe even you, to go look up some of these old movies because Keanu is just that good. So what would Keanu do based on this card? He would take some time for himself before taking your next step. Okay, so while filming this movie, Keanu learned the art of meditation. It had a certain magnetism that drew him to it. I agree. I meditate every time I'm doing readings right beforehand. And meditation is something that really helps you. It calms you. It helps you focus, helps you find balance. I think it's cool that he found it in 1993. So he's been meditating for a long time. It's probably very helpful to him. That's decent. All right, so let's go through the others. I'm going to show you the pictures, and then when we're done, we'll look at a few. Be yourself. And you know what's interesting? Because I have now done two of these. I did the one with Brittany, and now I'm doing Keanu. And if they do any more of these with other celebrities, I'm going to get them. I like this. I like this vibration. Because I like how they use their iconic looks, and I like how they use their vibe. Like the vibe coming off Brittany was girl power. It was very girl power. It was very pop and energy. It was very pink. It was very, like in your face. I loved all those things about it. Now this one is very Keanu. He meditates. It's actually the things that are it's the vibe of that particular person, not just any old oracle, keywords. They're doing keywords that really vibe with that particular person. So you didn't see meditate on like Britney's, for example. Not to say that she doesn't meditate, but it's not something that I've ever seen her, put out there. Maybe she has, because I haven't been following her. But I know Keanu does. I know he's into this whole creative thing. And it seems like all of these also tie into the energy of the movie as well. That's why each iconic look is from a different movie. Look at that. Feel. I like the look. I also like the backgrounds. If you take a look at these backgrounds, they're not they're very simple. They're all very simplistic. They're not busy backgrounds, but they add a lot, like the placement of the lights, It adds a lot to the actual picture. But yeah, any of you who have not seen Constantine, I heard there was another Constantine. I only saw the first one. So when we're done with this, I'm going to Google and see. But I heard there was another one, or there was supposed to be another one. I'm going to go look. But Constantine was awesome. I loved it. It was just, I love the acting. Because the Archangel Gabriel, I forgot the actress who played Gabriel. But I forgot how to say it. Is it Tilda? It's Tilda something, and she plays in a lot of movies. She's very famous, and she was in Constantine and played Archangel Gabriel, and that the performance was stunning, and the two of them, her and Keanu, stunning. The guy that played the devil, stunning. It was awesome, and it was a fun story, very fantasy based basically, but it was a fun story. And I think it's from a comic book, if I'm not mistaken. But I'm definitely going to look and see, because I heard there was a sequel, or maybe even more than one at this point. I don't keep up with popular culture very well. I just so happen to stumble across something every once in a while, and I'm like, oh, let me watch this real quick. So I have missed a lot of Keanu's work. I've missed a lot of artists' work. I'm more likely to listen to an artist's music than I am to watch, because I missed a lot of movies and TV. When I went to Ghana in 1999, I realized that I spent most of my time being entertained by TV mostly. And I wanted to experience books, poetry, painting, magazines. I wanted to experience other mediums, is the point. So when I came back from Ghana, I stopped watching TV. And I did start up again many years later. Somebody gave me a TV as a gift. But for years, like 10 years, I missed a lot of stuff because of that, which was fine. I didn't really care, because I was doing other stuff. And that was the whole point. I wanted to use that time for other things that I gave no time to. So I missed a lot of popular culture that some of you probably are like, what? You didn't see that? Like you probably saw it 30 times. And I was reading a book or listening to John Coltrane or Billie Holiday. Love some Billie. There we go. I was trying to get it to come into Some of the times my camera is just not, it's not polite. It won't let us be great. Here we go. And it's a little bit of a glare, as you can see. It just really depends on the picture. Some you see more than others. And like I said to you earlier, I don't know very much about Keanu. I've never really studied Keanu, but people always say that Keanu is a nice guy, that he's respectful. They say that he hasn't had scandals. And you can tell me in the comment section if any of this is true or untrue to your knowledge, because I don't know. And they say that he rides the subway, like in New York, that he's just a really cool, down to earth kind of person, and that he cares about other people. I don't know if that's just his PR or what, but I honestly I've never heard of Keanu Reeves scandal, so I don't know. You let me know. But he has that reputation for being a professional and a gentleman. So you let me know, is he that professional and gentleman that I think he is? And if so, that's really cool. And if not, he has a great PR person. I mean, fantastic. These are cool. These are really cool. I love the concept. For me, I'm gonna use these next week. Every time I do a reading, a review on a new deck, I always use the cards. I do the review, I do the walkthrough, I talk about what I like and things like that. And then the next week, I used it on myself to pull daily pulls or to do readings sometimes for my clients or myself, depending upon what's going on. Beautiful. And it gives me a chance to dig into it a little bit more. So I'm definitely going to dig into these. Now we're going to see what advice this one gives. Be gentle. We can just slide it around. This is from a movie called A Walk in the Clouds. Okay. It was released in 1995. And what does it say? What would Keanu do? You don't know what other people are going through, so go easy on them. Oh, that's a beautiful message. Just before filming his love scene in this movie, Keanu split his lip and got 6 stitches. Apparently, he asked Deborah Messing not to hurt him through the scene. Oh, I love that. So you don't know if they're physically or emotionally hurt. So please be gentle with everyone you come across. That is a fantastic message. I'm going to do one more. I like this. I like this a lot. Seek thrills. Okay. Is this from that movie where he was a bus driver? Speed. I think it was called Speed. I don't know, but let's find out. Yes, okay. It is from Speed. I love Speed. And I think there was a sequel, but I love Speed. Great movie. If you haven't seen it, another old great movie. When was this? 1994? Oh my goodness. No wonder I know these. I know all the old ones because I went to Ghana in 1999 and that's when I stopped watching television. So I know all the old movies. There's always a way to make things interesting. Keanu wasn't originally interested in starring in an action movie, but he was convinced it could be fun when they offered that he could do most of his own stunts. Wow. He ended up doing about 90% of them himself. That's decent. That's really decent. So, some thrills. Okay. If you see the movie, you'll see why that's really interesting information. Because a lot happens in that movie. Alright, there was another one I wanted to look at because it's another movie I like. And I wanted to see if that's what it was. It probably is towards the end. Let me see. Let me see, guys. Give me a second. Because it's not that many cards, like as you can see. I'm going to look at that one. And I want to look at those. Alright, let's see. Constantine. That's what I thought this was. Okay, we're right. When was it released? 2005. What would Keanu do based on this? As long as you don't give up, then nothing is impossible. When Keanu really loved playing the role of Constantine. I'm so glad because I love that role. And has mentioned pushing to get a sequel, yes, created on various outlets. It hasn't quite gotten off the ground yet. That's what I was wondering. But if or when it does, it will be in large part thanks to his enthusiasm and efforts. I was wondering, see how Oracle cards work? That's exactly what my question was, and they gave us my answer to the question. Isn't that awesome? I love that for me. I love that for me. Okay, cool. So hopefully we will get that sequel because I want to see it. This is from The Matrix, I know. So understand is the key word. Then we spin it around. Definitely The Matrix. That's what I thought. 1999. Yeah, because I saw the first one. I think I saw the last two, but I don't remember them as well. What would Keanu do? It's important to think about things from different perspectives. You never know what's real. The director of this movie insisted that all the actors understood and could explain the philosophy of the Matrix. There were a lot of other names thrown around when casting, but Keanu was really tuned in to the concept, which made a difference. Yeah, that does make a difference when you're trying to portray such a complicated concept and such an awesome role. So yeah, that makes perfect sense. And if this got to be my movie, The Devil's Advocate. Hooah! Is this it? Yes! I love this movie. And is he does it with is that Al Pacino? The one that goes hooah. I think that's Al Pacino. I love it. So it came out in 1997. Another fantastic movie if you haven't seen it. Well, I'm more of a Keanu fan than I thought. What would Keanu do? Sometimes you need to give a little to get what you want. Al Pacino turned down his role in this movie multiple times. The script went through rewrites and Keanu accepted a lower salary so they could meet Pacino's price. The movie went on to win the Saturn Award for Best Horror Film. So it was worth it to get the right cast. This is a fantastic movie. I agree with this. It's like it's creepy, and the way it ends, the way it ends held real estate in my mind way longer than it deserved. Okay, so yeah, this is awesome. All right, so I was right about some things, and I learned some things I wanted to know, and I hope that you, if you're a Keanu Reeves fan, check out this deck. The link to it is underneath this video, and please come back soon because I will have more decks and a lot more to say. See you later.